Meanwhile, there are new questions about how President-elect Donald Trump will deal with Russia and all those hacking allegations. Just yesterday, Mr. Trump praised Russia's president for not immediately retaliating over new sanctions imposed by the Obama administration for meddling in the U.S. elections. Trump tweeted, quote, "Great move on delay by V. Putin. I always knew he was very smart." The Russian embassy retweeted that comment, and later Vladimir Putin again congratulated Trump in his annual New Year's statement to foreign heads of state and government. For more, let's turn to CBS Justice reporter Paula Reid. Okay, Paula, Putin has opted not to publicly retaliate, but how likely is it that Trump will reward him and undo some of the American sanctions as a sign of maybe goodwill?
Well, Rena, once he takes office, President-elect Trump will have the power to overturn these sanctions. But if he tries, he will likely face considerable bipartisan opposition in Congress. That's because many Democrats and even top Republicans believe that these measures are necessary. And that's because state-sponsored hacking goes far beyond the election, specifically with state sponsors hacking into businesses, big and small, stealing trade secrets and intellectual property and causing a lot of economic damage to these people's constituents. Another interesting aspect to the measures that the Obama administration took. We all know people who have been victims of fraud, individuals who have been victims of hacking. The Obama administration threw in two individuals, Russian hackers, who are not connected to the election, but are responsible for targeting individual people, holding their information for ransom or stealing personally identifying information. And it seems that's part of a campaign to make this even harder for the Trump administration to try to peel back, because it's very difficult for anyone in Congress to explain to their constituents why they weren't taking action against these kinds of hackers.
And Paula, do you think, the Obama administration did this through executive action? So will Trump be able to use the same authority to sanction another country, let's say China, any country that he believes is engaging in state-sponsored hacking?
You're right. It's fascinating, Rena. On Wednesday, the day before these sanctions were issued, the president did not explicitly have the authority to issue economic sanctions against a country suspected of meddling in a U.S. election. But on Thursday, as you noted, he gave himself that power through an executive action. President-elect Trump could potentially use this same power unless the courts invalidate it. But there may be legal challenges to the use of this power. President Obama won't be in office long enough to see if this one sticks, but there have certainly been legal challenges to his use of executive orders.
And state-sponsored hacking, it's a huge problem, but will these moves serve as some sort of a deterrent to stop other countries?
Cybersecurity experts tell me there's no reason to believe that this will serve as a deterrent. In fact, very few of the public steps the Obama administration has taken against state-sponsored hacking have served as a deterrent. For example, the Department of Justice indicted several hackers working on behalf of the Chinese government who were hacking into small businesses in western Pennsylvania. Those hackers were never extradited to the United States, and they've never been tried. Probably why we didn't see criminal charges as part of this package. And again, these new steps, no cybersecurity experts I have spoken with believe that these will serve as a deterrent.
Paula Reid in Washington. Thank you, Paula.